At the game of basketball, you cannot tell the story of basketball without mentioning these two guys. Well-deserved, and I can't wait to see them out there on that platform.
Exhibition and display of the greatness of the game. Both of those guys will do that. Will be fun. Dirk's going to get some open threes. I guarantee you that. Get a chance to hit some of those. Open or not, doesn't matter. PG-13. Hitting everything. What's impressed you most, Karan, about this great season thus far, MVP caliber kind of season?
That he's been allowed to take leadership role on the offensive end of the floor. And Russell Westbrook trusts him. And I think that trust came from free agency. You know, wondering whether he was going to go to Los Angeles. Obviously, he chose and elected to stay in OKC. And I think that's where the trust and the foundation got strong.
At 16 in the first quarter. Second was all about Dennis Schroeder. Doing it every way, shape, or form, and he has been really good for them and really has kind of found a niche after leaving here in Atlanta. You see him from three. Inside, he had 24 points. Karan, 9 of 9 from the field in the quarter. He had 28 overall. Ultimate glue guy. I think he's the guy that's been the biggest difference maker for this ball club because he's consistent night in and night out, and he complements Russell Westbrook. Speaking of consistent night in and night out, in the ultimate shocker, a triple-double for Russ. Finds Paul George for three. This time pulls up by himself. Jumper is good. Also could take it to the rack. 14 points, 14 assists, 12 boards. What I love about this game from Russ is that obviously he's done it all. He's still averaging a triple-double for the season, but he shot 60% in this ball game. Career high for Paul George in the game. Not his 43 points, although that's a lot. 10 from distance. Here you see 2 or 3 of these. And he has been so confident, to your point. Russ has really, not allowed, you don't want to use that word, but almost kind of efforted and pushed him to be the guy. And here he gets a little switch of jerseys. Wade County. I love that right there. Special moment. Last dance, D-Wade. Love that. I love the way, by the way, that the exchange has gone. You wonder at All-Star how that's going to be. How about for some of those first-time All-Stars getting Wade and Dirk in there, which will be cool in Charlotte. Just a matter of days. In the meantime, Oklahoma City gets a win. Did we say Charlotte?
Cardiac Kemba.
He'll be there. Mike Conley, by the way, out with left knee soreness. How quickly might he be out of town in Memphis? Meantime, Kemba, 23 in the game. The screen. He's been deadlier from distance. The shooting. I mean, this is even an advanced level of a guy we know has been a star for a while. Just talking about working on your craft and consistently getting better year in and year out. Kemba Walker leading that ball club. No reason why he's a starter in the All-Star game. Where did he play college, by the way? UConn! Okay, that's right. Malik Monk did not, but Rex was here earlier. So there is some Kentucky love. TD Tony Delk will be in here over the weekend. Monk had 20. Parker finds him here. Oh, my. I wonder if Michael Jordan will slap him on the back of the head for that. Yeah, probably not. But we see with the game tied, Marvin Williams. UNC legend, Marvin Williams. When Grizzlies. He's knocking down shots, you know that the Charlotte Hornets are playing amazing basketball. Hey, look, you want to talk about things going well. Bismack Biyombo had 3 blocks in this game. Watch this. Final moments. Given a block and an opportunity for the Hornets to hold on. 192 the final. Monk, 20, but Kemba again leads all scorers, had 23, 4th straight win at home. It is a season high. Now, you know, we put up pretty pictures. The starters, they always get nice pictures, audio, their show. And how about the podcast, The Drop? Subscribe to the starters in Apple Podcasts. I like the fact that it's orange. Catches your eye. Yeah, it does. And a good color. We got more coming up on Game Time, including Kyle Korver and the Jazz, hoping to make Rudy Gobert smile on an emotional day in Utah. Spider!
Hall of Fame. Our NFL insider Adam Schefter here now to focus on this year's class, which will come, at least the announcement for that later today. What are you hearing about the vote?
Nicole, the voters are in the room right now making presentations on behalf of clients, and I think, or at least players. And when we hear the vote later on, you're going to hear, I think, that Champ Bailey, the former Georgia standout who went on to a storied career with the Denver Broncos and the Washington Redskins, is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think Champ Bailey is going to become a first ballot guy at this point in time, as is the former Chiefs tight end Tony Gonzalez, who finished his career with the Atlanta Falcons, had a tremendous career, one of the all-time tight end receptions leaders, and I think Tony Gonzalez is going to be a first ballot inductee today. And Ed Reed also likely to join Bailey and Gonzalez as a first-time electee to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think those are the three guys that you look at today and say, these guys are going to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Then there are a group of other players. Ironically enough, some from the teams that are playing in the Super Bowl. Isaac Bruce, who when he retired, was the second all-time leading receiver behind only Jerry Rice. Isaac Bruce, third time on the ballot, stands a good chance, should get in. You would hope he would get in. And the Patriots have a couple of former guys, Ty Law, Richard Seymour, both worthy. Bill Belichick wrote letters of recommendation on behalf of both his former players to present to those voters who are in that meeting room right now trying to formulate the class of 2019.
It's hard to forget that you're actually at the Super Bowl considering the view you have behind you, but I want to stay away from the game entirely because you're also hearing some rumors about the Dolphins. What's going on with Ryan Tannehill and his future in Miami?
In the Miami Herald said yesterday that he's not going to be back, which, again, there's been speculation throughout the entire year that he was not going to be back next year, that they were going to move on. And with the Super Bowl in Miami next year, there's very little chance that the Dolphins have a chance to make that game. The Dolphins already are really planning ahead to 2020 to a quarterback class that's going to include Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert from Oregon. They want to really rebuild that franchise. Everybody expects Brian Flores, the Patriots linebackers coach, to be named their head coach next week after the Super Bowl. And at that point in time, they'll begin assembling that roster. But this is a team that I don't think is going to spend a lot of money this offseason. This is a team that's going to have its eyes on the future. And with Miami being the host Super Bowl city next year, it'd be a real surprise if the Dolphins found a way to make it to that game.
All right, that's Adam Schefter with the latest from Atlanta.
You know, it's never too early to look ahead. St. John's has a history of upsetting Duke. What do the Blue Devils have to do to keep that from happening today? Jay Will live next.